Hey guys, Adam Trigger here, wagertalk.com. It's week 11 in the NFL, and today we're going to talk Chargers and Packers. But first, coupon code ALL30. It's still good this week. $50 off any 30-day all-access pass. Includes everything. College basketball is underway, so I know for me, this is one of my higher volume times of the season and a great time to try an all-access package for 30 days and take $50 off, which is an excellent value using coupon code ALL30. Today, we're going to talk Chargers Packers. The Packers, for the most part, have been pretty good defensively. If you go back through their results, this team doesn't give up a ton of points. And, the defense has been pretty good, which is why it was a little bit surprising to me that the Steelers sort of ran the ball at will against them last week. Steelers had 205 rush yards, and that was surprising because I thought it was a pretty good matchup for the Packers. The Packers still outgained the Steelers in that game. And really, we could be talking about a very different outcome here had Jordan Love not thrown 2 interceptions late. The one that was really the backbreaker, 2nd and 9 from the Steelers 14, about 3.5 minutes to go. Tough interception right there. And then, of course, the final play of the game. I mean, even if we give him a pass on that because he had to force a throw, still some mistakes that really could have swung what was a 23-19 game and a cover for the Steelers, where if you had the Packers, sort of a tough beat, kind of, missing out on that cover by a half a point, because most places were 3.5 most of the week. It feels like the Packers are a little bit undervalued. I guess you have to kind of determine just how far this team has fallen. Because just at a glance, like getting key numbers with the Packers at home is appealing. It's the way I would play this game. But the Jordan Love for me is starting to make the list of guys like Bryce Young and Desmond Ridder that I just don't care to play on. Even when I think the team is value or is a good bet, I find myself just passing, in spots on certain quarterbacks, and Love is starting to become one of them. And we saw it last week. Big mistakes when the game is on the line, and he cost his team a win. And of course, the cover if you were on the Packers plus the points. Now, I do think the Packers have a relatively good matchup here. This is, like I said, I've been impressed for the most part with their defense. Very good secondary. They do get pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and the Chargers, they don't have much of a run game, at least not a traditional one. They very rarely are turning the ball, handing it off, and running the ball like most teams would run the ball. Usually for the Chargers, the offense comes through the air, or it comes via like some misdirection type play where it's like a screen pass to Eckler, and they try to sort of move the ball on the ground. We'll put that in quotations like that. And I think the Packers are equipped to handle that. And that could be a reason that they stay in this game, because again, you look at the Packers scoring defense has not been that bad. Now, the Chargers defensively have been better, I would say, up until last week, which I'm not going to give them a huge – listen, the Lions, I've kind of said this a few times this year. I feel like they're an elite team. That's an elite offense. And so I'm not – like I expected them to score against the Chargers, maybe not drop 40 on them. But the Chargers defense had looked better going into that game. But now you have to ask yourself, how much of that was offensive ineptness by the opponents, the Jets and the Bears, who, we've kind of seen be very inept offenses in subsequent weeks. Right up until last Sunday night when the Jets couldn't figure out how to get in the end zone and finish off drives against the Raiders. So that gives me a little bit of pause on the chart, as far as the Chargers are concerned. This hasn't made my client card yet. I would probably need a bigger buy sign here to get to the window with the Packers. But all things considered, I feel like the bet here is probably the Packers. Plus the points. Listen, they're still at home. I still have my question marks about this Chargers team. I know they've, been better in recent weeks. but I don't like wins over the Bears and the Jets to me don't really like answer the questions I had about this team weeks ago when I was betting on the Bears on Sunday Night Football. So for that reason, I would have to fade them on the road. It is the 1:00 kick, which is, a spot I've wanted to go against, certain West Coast teams like the Chargers in the past. And I still think Green Bay has a bit of a home field, especially as we get later into the season and it gets colder. That Lambeau home field should start to kick in at some point. So I will take the points here with the Packers. I just think it's the value. I'm seeing +3. If you can find a 3.5 still out there, that's obviously great. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers sort of bounce back and got a win at home here. If you like the free picks, please like and subscribe to our channel so we can continue to bring them to you throughout the rest of the season, and be on the lookout for other Week 11 NFL picks right here on our YouTube channel, wt.buzz/TV.